Sticks had an idea for his own small business, something straightforward that he could operate with enthusiasm. He envisioned liberty. As he slept, he pictured money coming in. He envisioned himself as the leader of his own era. However, the truth was different. Sticks started a tiny printing company, and rather than having freedom, he took over the company. He got up early. He put in late hours at work. He handled everything, including sales, printing, customer support, and delivery. He didn't own a company. He worked for a company he founded, and it broke him. Stick once stood at his business and declared, "Everything stops if I stop working for one day." At that moment, he came to a significant realization. He was not a business owner. He had a job, and a lot of individuals are exactly like him. This is the bit you have to hear, though. When the same Sticks entered his store 6 months later, everything was operating without him. Because the same thing that changed everything for him might also affect your business. You should watch through to the finish to see how he got there. Put that idea on hold. We'll return to Sticks shortly. Let's first discuss why so many individuals experience this. Why do most businesses fail? The majority of people launch a business because they have a skill. They are capable of baking, cooking, designing, and coding. However, talent does not create a company. Systems do. According to the E-Myth Revisited author Michael Gerber, most people don't run businesses. They use their abilities. A chef opens their own eatery. A barber opens their own business. A tailor starts their own clothes company. However, they don't actually create a business. They construct a cage. The company starts to rely on them. Everything falls apart if they cease. This is the main cause of small business failure. The 3 roles you need to become proficient in. According to Gerber, each business owner possesses 3 distinct identities. 1, the doer, the technician. The work is done by this person. They code, design, fix, print, cook, cut hair, clean, and construct. The organizer and management had Sticks stuck here. This individual is in charge of establishing structure. They keep tabs on finances. They make plans. They establish order. The 3rd is the business owner, the visionary. This person has dreams, the one with the future in mind. Where is this business going in 5 years is the question that they pose. The majority of people solely act as technicians. Because of this, the company could not function without them. You must become a manager and eventually an entrepreneur if you want to create a company that can function without you. Allow me to share some facts from real business people, evidence that this works. As Jeff Bezos famously stated, create systems. Have faith in the systems. Let the business be managed by the systems. You don't build a business, stated Ray Kroc, the man who founded McDonald's. The business is built by the system you create. According to Warren Buffett, he only invests in companies that can function without the founder. Elon Musk asserts that you don't have a business if it depends on you. One message is repeated by the wealthiest people on the planet. The owner ought to be interchangeable. It was never a business if the owner leaves and everything falls apart. It was a job. What prevents companies from growing? Let's return to the basics. He desired greater freedom, more money, more clients. But since he was the company, he could not expand. He could not hire anyone. He could not instruct anyone. He could not go. Why? Since he was thinking about everything. Systems, procedures, rules, and structure were all absent. The majority of firms fail because they expand beyond what one person can manage, not because they are bad. Weaknesses are revealed by growth, especially when you're attempting to do it alone. Consider yourself a franchise. In the E-Myth Revisited, this is the most powerful concept. Even if you don't intend to franchise, build your business as though you would. Franchise thinking entails precise procedures, unclear procedures, and predictable outcomes. It is accessible to all. It is accessible to all. McDonald's wins this way. Their system is unstoppable, not because their food is the best. The management, the owner, and the employee are all free to depart. However, the business keeps going. Perfection is not your goal. Duplication is what you want. Phases of business growth. Every business goes through 3 phases. The business is the owner. At the moment, this is where sticks. Overworked and working alone on everything. No delegation, no systems. Adolescence and letting go. You start hiring at this point. You instruct others. You write the instructions. You write down systems. It's challenging. Although you will want to handle everything yourself, you have to relinquish control. 3rd, maturity. The company functions without you. The company has management, employees, procedures, rules, automation, and consistency. All you do is supervise it. You do not operate it. This is the goal. This is freedom. the 7 blueprints for an organization that can function without you. The 7 blueprints should now be expanded. You have to build these pillars. First and foremost, establish systems for everything. A system is a methodological approach to a task. Customer service, marketing, day-to-day operations, sales, delivery, quality control, money management, onboarding, and training, all under the same system. Put them in writing, improve them, and test them. If it is not in writing, it does not exist. Standard operating procedures, or SOPs, are the second. SOPs specify exactly how to complete tasks. They clear up any confusion. They reduce errors. They make training simpler. SOPs are required for opening and closing the store, addressing complaints, running ads, processing cash, packaging products, and following a detailed workflow. McDonald's can train a new employee in one day since everything is standardized and made simpler. The third is to assign without fear. The inability to let go prevents most business owners from growing. They fear that someone else will ruin it. I can do it better. If I do it myself, it will be faster. This kind of thinking stifles progress. Employ a small workforce. Begin slowly. Assign each task separately. People should be trained. Have faith in people. Keep an eye on the system, not the person. Fourth, create a team rather than a team of assistants. Helpers follow you. A team follows the system. Employ roles rather than people at random. Administrative assistant, sales representative, manager, accountant, marketer. Every role has distinct responsibilities, training, and expectations. As a result, the business no longer depends on you. Automated money systems. The fifth, your presence should not be a determining factor. Cash flow should be automated. Online banking, payroll, invoicing, reminders, subscription tools, and payment tracking. Your business becomes predictable once your finances are in order. The sixth is to develop a strong brand. A strong brand continues to sell even when you are not present. Trust, consistency, identity, message, and promise are all components of a brand. When people trust your brand, being physically present becomes optional. Finally, develop a business that can be sold. Make it as if it was something that someone else could buy. Clear operations, a profitable structure, consistent income, well-documented systems, and a skilled workforce. A business that can function without you is one that can be sold. Let's return to Styx now. He applied everything he learned. He documented his procedures. After hiring one assistant, he brought on 2, and eventually a manager. He used SOPs to train them. He established a standardized process. He made payments automatically. He established his brand. He assigned operations and marketing. When Styx entered his store 6 months later, he noticed something enchanted. Everything was operating. Orders were coming in without him. The customers were happy. His team had trust. The brand was growing. Styx felt liberated for the first time. He didn't create a career. He created a system, and the business was established by the system. You need to think like a designer instead of a worker if you want your business to function without you. Create the framework, create the system, create the future, because a true business is one that continues to grow even when you're not involved. If you found this useful, please share this video with someone in need and subscribe to Vivora.